Hello. This is Phoebe. Welcome to part 2 of this drawing time lapse. If you want to watch part 1 where I talk more about how I draft my sketches and some of the brushes I used, link will be in the description. Allow me for a quick disclaimer, this is not my voice and I am using AI Jenny to generate the voiceover. Thank you, and let's move on to the time lapse. Here I continue my struggle with her face. In the original painting by Sandos Arts, Kara has this stunning turquoise eyes, and I want to convey a nice contrast with this darker eyeshadow. The tricky thing about eye colors is that we all love striking non-conventional iris color, like really pale ash or purple, but it's challenging for me to pick colors that make sense within specific light setting while still having the color to stand out, so I like to use brushes that have quite a lot of transparency. After I put in the major light and shadow and I am satisfied with the overall tone, layer the color with the opacity brush. Ease the process for me personally. Another thing I always use is to pick a color that's close to their surrounding skin color, but also more desaturated for the scara, the white of the eye. Especially for a piece that's not super zoomed in on the face, I want to highlight the iris more. I also struggled to draw skin tone in shadow area. Technically, they need to be in a cooler tone, but every time I tried to do that the skin just end up looking dirty. Then I will use a large warm reds or pink airbrush to calm it down. I will come back to this area multiple times later. Detailing the mouth area. I was debating if I should draw her with a darker red lipstick or a nude one, so I gave her scars on the lip, which looks more like a lipstick smudge now. Speaking about not knowing how to draw skin tone, I also cannot figure out how to cast a cooler light on them. Here I want to have one side of the face has warm light and the other side has cool light. But none of my attempts worked out at the end, so I had to settle with a thin layer of gray. The amount of time I spent on rendering this neck area is truly ridiculous, considering how I just gonna cover them with tattoos later on. I definitely should plan more beforehand, since I was having a lot of trouble trying to draft up the skull and wing tattoo. I didn't have a clear idea of where the skin will be covered and where would not, so I ended up rendering all of them just to be safe. Rendering her chest area. This is the part where I really want to do good. I tried to render some chest for one of my first digital portrait pieces, and they look absolutely horrendous. Almost 2 years later now, I finally gathered enough courage to try it again. And hopefully some decent abs action as well. Rendering nose. It's one of those times where I overfocus on them and give them too much attention that I figured later on that I like the unrendered nose better and redraw it again. Nose is definitely one of those areas where you just have to give them the right amount of detail. Knowing when to stop is a struggle. For places I am not confident in, I tend to give them so many details hoping they will just turn out great. But most of the times, those extra details will just get painted over at the end. Like the nose here. And here I decided that I like the previous nose more. Here I am rendering those neck that's not going to even show in the final image again. Starting to render the hands. After searching for more reference photos, I tried to experiment with more hand pose, but still liking the original one the most. It's painful to draw hands, and it's even more painful having to watch myself draw these hands again and again for editing. It's hard to see clearly what I am drawing on top of unfinished sketches, so I add in a layer of transparent black. I learned this trick from Illyria V. A link to their amazing channel is in the description. I've got enough struggling for one video now. Thank you so much for staying till now. For next time, we are going to finish up everything, hopefully, starting with this jacket. Learning how to draw fabric folds, it's gonna be fun. Thank you again for watching, and let me know what you think. All feedback and questions are welcomed. Hope I can see you next time.